Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have a little story to tell about what happened tonight at youth. But my computer has been just glitching out or whatever because, as you can tell by the videos I've posted recently, I'm working on music, but apparently making music files and stuff is way too much for it, so now when I try to record anything on it, it just glitches out and doesn't work anymore. But I am using my school Chromebook, so the quality will just be less or whatever, so yeah. But either way, basically, I wrote down basically what happened on a document so then I can kind of try to keep my story on track. So if I'm like looking away, that's what I'm looking at. Alright, either way, it's time for me to get into story time. Okay, so I was at youth group, and there's like this boy named Junior or whatever, and he brought like water gun or something and stuff like that, and he was just kind of joking around, pointing it at kids and stuff like that. And like during the sermon, he grabbed one of the little donation cards or something, and he started like drawing on it. And at some point, like when he was done, he like passed it to me, and it said stuff like, I don't know, I don't want to be here, why do I exist, stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, he's trying to be like jokingly edgy or something. And so I decided the best way to respond to jokingly edgy is to do extremely cringe. So I wish I had the original drawing, but I didn't think to grab it. But either way, like I drew a girl with their index fingers pushed together, and she was saying ooh ooh and stuff like that, and I gave it back to him, and like his face was just utter shock and probably hatred or something, and like he assumed that drawing was a furry or something. And so I decided to draw another one. Like she had her hand out like this, you know, like the typical anime girl pose, and I gave her ears and a tail, and it said senpai. But that made him even more mad because this time I actually intentionally made it a furry, and he was like, you're a furry, and I'm like, no, I'm not. And he's like, I hate furries, and I'm like, I'm not a furry. And then he's like, the fact that you drew this means that you are a furry. And I'm like, I drew that because you said furry, and I thought it'd be funny to see a reaction to a furry. But either way, he was convinced that I was a furry or something. And so, like, after like, the service and stuff like that, he like, filled up his water gun and started, like, shooting it at me or something. I don't know, but but either way, he, like, at some point said something about, like, hey, this is why your dad left, because you're a furry, and I'm like, okay. And, like, as you guys know, I don't live with either of my parents, so I'm like, that kind of hurt. But I decided, you know what, it's just... Wait a minute. I realized I'm not wearing earrings. I know I was wearing earrings. I will deal with that later. But what I was saying was that, I was like, okay, I didn't want to, like, get in an argument or something, so I decided to just kind of keep it, like, non-personal, playful and stuff, and so I decided to steal his hat. And I ran off of it, and I put it on top of, like, the check-in tablets, you know, somewhere out in the open, easy to find, like, not hidden. I wasn't trying to hide it and stuff like that because I didn't want to get in trouble because it could possibly lead to, like, a problem happening. So I purposely put it out in a really open place, but, like, Junior couldn't find it, and so, like, he was, like, chasing me with his water gun. And, like, I like, ran straight for the girls' bathroom because I had a plan. I'm like, I know he's going to chase me. The one safe place I've got is the girls' bathroom. So I, like, ran into there, and, like, I was safe and sound. But there was a girl in there. She thought I was crying. But, like, I told her the situation, and she came in clutch later. But either way, I told her what happened about, like, how Junior was shooting me with a water gun and stuff. But so, like, she left or whatever with her friend, and, like, I waited in there a few minutes, and like, eventually opened the door, and thankfully Junior was not waiting for me anymore. So I decided to make like another run for it and go outside because I knew around by then like my grandparents would be there. And so like I ran outside, but right before I made it out the door, Josh, like a boy at our church, Josh saw me and he's like, "Why did you take his hat?" And I just went, "No!" And I bolted out the door, and like Junior saw me and he like started chasing me, and like I like ran through the parking lot just like as he was shooting his gun at me. He even hit me a few times. But like I just ran in a straight line as far as I could because I knew he probably wasn't going to chase me to the street, but I knew I was not scared of going into the street. So I just ran and stuff like that until he stopped chasing me. And so yeah, but then like I saw my grandparents' car and I like waved at them, and then I almost went, but then I thought, wait, he needs to know where his hat is and stuff like that. So as I was heading back over, like I saw that the girl from the bathroom had stolen his gun and was trying to shoot it at him. But like he had an umbrella, so he was able to deflect their attacks. And so now I knew he had defense. He came prepared. I felt like he was planning this from the start. And knowing this information, I felt that was not okay. So basically what I did is I went and told him that oh, where your hat's over on the check-in computers. And so he went to get it, and just as he was going, like his mom and his younger sister came up and stuff, and like he was inside the church getting his hat, and like so I decided while he was gone, while I had some time to think and was safe, I would tell like them what was going on. And like I told them how he was shooting me and stuff and calling me a furry. And then I saw that his younger sister had a cup, and I'm like, this is actually perfect. And I'm like, hey, what if we took that cup and like splashed him or whatever. And she thought that was an amazing idea, but then I was like, wait, is it okay if I splash your son? But then because like his sister had already ran off, I didn't wait for an answer from his mom. And so then I just followed his sister, and then I'm like, we need to do this outside though, because we don't want to damage the church. And then I'm like, you don't think your mom's gonna get mad if I splash him, right? And then she's like, nah, she'd be fine. So I'm like, okay. And so we basically what happened is that she filled it up and gave it to me, and I like went out by like the entrance of like the church arch or whatever, like not right by the entrance where the greeting people are, but like kind of down the hall or something. This is outside though. But I was there around the corner ready with the cup of water, and like his sister lured him out saying, and I see her, she's over there, she's getting away and stuff like that. And so like I waited, and as he came around the corner, I splashed the water on him. And wait, even better though, because like while I was waiting, because my grandparents saw me, they like drove over to the front and they came to get me, and I told them, shh, wait, and so they just did. And then like I was able to splash him and run like get a clean getaway. I like ran straight to the car and went in it and stuff like that. And he looked absolutely shocked. His face was just like and like I was able to watch from the safety of the car like how he reacted and everything, and it looks like he had no idea where I went, and I'm not even sure he knew it was me who did it, and I'm pretty sure it was very obvious. But either way, yeah. But I bet he's probably scheming already for like Sunday or whatever, so I have to be prepared. But I'm not gonna say how I'm prepared because I know that his friend watches my videos, and I don't want him to alert me. Alert him. I said the wrong person. How did I mix myself up with someone else? I'm just crazy in my head. But either way, I feel like that was sweet, sweet revenge. But I feel like I also started a kind of water war or rivalry or something, so I need to be prepared for whatever he may come up with next. I don't know if it's going to be something water related or if it's going to be just like a straight up completely different prank. But knowing like boys, they're probably like not boys, but like teenage boys, they're probably not going to try to think of this whole convoluted thing months in advance to get me back real good or something. They're probably just going to be like, as soon as possible, splash them with water. Or yeah, so I'm gonna be prepared. I'll stop blabbering now. I feel like it's time to keep this short and sweet. And so, goodbye.